Hello everyone again, it's Andrew here. Just in case people are wondering where I am, I'm very fortunate to have this little bungalow here that is my art studio. So that's what you can probably see in the background there. That's a little paint rack thing I made there. Interesting because it's a paint stand, and I thought other artists would be interested in that, but no. Yeah, I was really surprised. Nobody thought that was a good idea, because normally you have your paints all over the shop. Just anyway, I found it's finding a really good way of keeping those things reasonably ordered. It's not the most tidy place at the moment in here. Anyway, this in this video, I just want to talk about this aspect of stress that's going on for a lot of people at the moment, and just sort of teach you a little bit about the physiology of what's going on inside of yourself, and basically what the results of that are. I mean, you're going to be experiencing that already if you're already stressed out. And look, some stress is okay, a little bit here and there, but we're not supposed to be in a constant state of stress. I will quickly say this too, that the current thing that's going on with the way the government is creating so much fear is really adding to that. And the more fear you create, the more you actually lower your immune system. So instead of them talking about how to build our immune systems, without using a poison, which doesn't do anything, they said they create a lot of fear in different ways, and therefore, and also they put the pressure on by causing us all to, our businesses to close down and all this sort of stuff. So it just puts so much pressure on us, and it actually, affects our entire immune system and our bodies and everything. So in a way, if you really want to protest, look after your body, look after your mind, because that is one of the greatest ways. They do want to tear our systems down, for various reasons. Anyway, that's another thing. So what I want to talk about here is that when you get stressed out, and you're really starting to get stressed out, there's a couple of things start happening in the brain. So your brain will actually activate a part inside of it called the amygdala, which is the a fight or flight type response that we have. So it doesn't really have any kind of rational aspect to it. It's just react, right? And a part of this, a few things are going on, quite a number of things going on in the brain. But sort of simplify this, that there is, we have brainwave frequencies that we're constantly, we're always in a state of a frequency. We can measure these things using these EEGs and stuff. But anyway, in the conscious state that I'm currently in now, being alert and awake, without being stressed, I'm in beta wave frequency, and we're all in beta when we're generally awake walking around. But when we get stressed out, we go into a high beta wave frequency, and when that happens, we do have the amygdala activate, and then we have stress hormones be released. And cortisol, most of you be familiar with, is a pretty main one. So what happens then is that when we're stressed out, we can't think rationally, we can't think clearly, and when we're in a place of stress, yes, if we're being chased by a wild animal, well, that's useful. You don't want to think; you just want to, have adrenaline pumping through you and run. Okay, but we're not actually in that situation right now. We're in this psychological type stress, and for us to make clear, good decisions the best we can, or even think about what to do next, we need to have our brains out of that state. We need to not have the amygdala activated. We need to not have the stress hormones pumping through us. And we need to not have our brain in high beta wave frequency. Now, it's actually a lot easier than you think to actually get out of that state. And it really comes down to, breathing really. But a meditation, there is a breathing component to meditation too. Because what happens is, when you close your eyes, as soon as you close your eyes, actually, I remember someone telling me who does EEGs some time ago, can't remember the exact details, that you already start to change the state. So just by closing your eyes, and then by using different breathing, just slowing our breathing down. So we breathe in a little, like through our nose, we breathe in a little slower and a little deeper than we normally would. And then we exhale, and we always get in a rhythm of that. Just the breathing itself before doing anything else. Don't even have to do anything else. Just get in a state, and just do this for as long as you need to. Like, it could be 10 minutes. It doesn't matter how long it is, because you've got to get out of that state to think clearly and be on top of yourself. Because when you're stressed out, I know you've probably seen it before, when when people are very reactive when they're stressed out. You know, you may have seen it at the shops. People fighting over petty things because they think it's the last one, and they have this stressed out sort of thing, like, if I don't have this, then whatever they're not thinking clearly. But the thing is, they freak out, and you see people get into arguments and fight sometimes, these sort of things, when they're really stressed out, and they act and behave in ways they wouldn't normally do so. And it comes out a lot of the time as aggression. Okay. So by breathing for as long as you need to, you actually start to bring your brain from like high beta down through the beta, then down to alpha. And alpha is a really good place to be. Okay. It's a very calm, sort of relaxed place to be. And when you're calm and relaxed, it's not just in the brain, but it's through the body. The whole body responds. We're a psychophysical unit. That is, the mind affects the body, and the body affects the mind. And this goes to not just in terms of breathing, but also what we consume in terms of food, even media, things we listen to or watch. I'll probably do separate videos on those things. So this is a very simple thing that we can do. So if you were to just close your eyes, okay, and just get yourself comfortable. Whether you're sitting up or laying even flat down. Okay, so you just breathe in through our nose. And me personally, there's different breathing techniques. The way I go about it is I like to just breathe in very slowly, long breaths. I know some people do quick breaths. You can try different things. There's no real right or wrong. There are different effects, but I'm not going to get into all of that right now. But so let's just do a slow one now. So I'll try and do it maybe in a count of 8, breathing in through the nose, and I'll hold it for maybe a few seconds, and then just slowly exhale. Okay. So, and I'll click my fingers. So, okay, ready? Hold. Then you can hold at the end of that again, just to get a rhythm, but work out what's right for you. To be honest, I started off a little too fast even for myself, but you can do it in 4. There's often what's called box breathing. So it's breathing in 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4. So that would just be, I'm not doing the clicking in a minute. So and then I always hold it for 4 before I start that again. And you can do that as slow as you want. Look, to be honest, the slower you can do this, the better. I'm actually, to be honest, not doing the greatest thing on video with this sort of stuff. I've never really done it on video before. But essentially what we're just trying to do here is you get in your own rhythm. Okay, whatever you feel, if it's 4 or if it's 8, but do it as comfortable as possible. Don't ever strain the breath. Don't ever think, oh, I'm pulling too much in, or I can't get enough in this time, or whatever it is. That's fine. Just relax. That's it. Just feel the body relax, So, and that's the thing too. There is another one that's called Songhao or Songho. I think that's what it is. I can't remember what it is actually. Something like that. So anyways, it was from a yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda. I really wish I could remember what that's called. Anyway, what they do is at the beginning of the breath, they breathe in really fast though, and then they clench the whole body, the fists and everything, the legs and everything, your face and everything, and then you go and you relax it all out. So I would go and that's how they do it. All right, and you do that a number of times, and the purpose of doing that is by squeezing all the muscles in the body, you're helping to get all that tension and everything like that wrapped up, and then releasing it in the breath. And you can do it a number of times. It feels a bit strange sometimes when you first do this, I know. There's a lot of things out there. Anyway, I'll probably do better videos on this. So I sort of impromptu, didn't expect to try to pull this off. Never doing it before on video. So the point of this video is, though, that if we bring ourselves down from this other state down to an alpha state, and you can do this anytime you want throughout the day, anywhere you want, because it's going to help you be more clear-headed. Okay, now I'm just keeping mindful of the time here because I want to try and keep this under 15 minutes. There's another aspect to this too, with the breathing. So if we just looked at breathing in now, just a little slower and a little deeper than normally in through the nose, and you can breathe out through the mouth or through the nose. There's different thoughts on that, but just do what feels right for now. So, well, it's like now, as I do that, if I gently place, I don't know if you can see with the camera here, I'll just have to, if I'm just putting you put your hand slightly over your, where your heart region is, or you can put your fingers, but what we're doing is we're just gently putting a bit of pressure over the rib cage. So I've got to try and stand up there so you can sort of see, just there, and just a bit of gentle pressure. And so when we breathe in now, if you want to try to do this, just close your eyes and breathe in, slowly, just a little deeper than normal, and exhale. Just slow everything down, just a little bit, just so it's comfortable. And have your hand just gently over there. And as you do that, try and think of a positive feeling, a positive emotion, whether it's appreciation for someone or anything in your life that makes you feel appreciative, anyone you love or anything you love. So anything you care about. These sort of positive emotions. I personally find joy. I can just be joyful just for the sake of just being alive, all right? And just feel joy, because I find joy easy, because I can imagine how it feels to be joyful. It's just your whole body just feels uplifted. So I think, well, I'll just imagine my whole body just feeling uplifted and just joyful. It's like, and so as I do the breathing thing and I'm gently holding here, I focus my attention in just be in my heart. So the reason I'm putting the pressure here over my heart is to help to focus my attention there, but I'm actually going, within the heart is where I'm putting my attention. And sometimes having your shoulders back up just a little bit, comfortable of course, just a little bit, so you open up and expand the rib cage just a little bit, and you do this breathing thing, and always comfortable, always relaxed, no strain ever in the body in any way. So when you do this and you're breathing in, and then you're just exhaling, and then you're putting your attention there, start to feel this joy or love for someone. Just feel it and try to really feel that. It takes time sometimes, because people aren't used to doing this. Anyway, it is a good thing to practice, and I'll tell you why. Because by doing this through studies that have been done through the HeartMath Institute, you actually begin to create a greater electromagnetic field, because our body is electromagnetic, and the heart has a very, very strong magnetic field, and it grows when we feel these positive emotions, right? And when we feel fear and stress and all that negative stuff, it contracts, right? And what happens as a part of that, so when they test in the saliva the first immune response, it raises quite considerably. On average, I think from memory, it raises by at least 43% the immune, but in some people it goes up to 200% higher, and it lasts for at least 6 hours, at least 6. And it's just based on just feeling a good emotion and breathing slower. That's all you need doing. Because what happens too, you get what's called heart-brain coherence. So the more the heart is peaceful and calm and all that sort of stuff, it sends a signal to the brain, and there are these sensory neurites, what are called sensory neurites in the heart, that send these sort of signals, and I think how they exactly work. It's been a while since I studied this stuff. But essentially what happens though is when you get this coherence between the heart and the brain, the brain then sort of gets a signal, okay, everything's cool, and releases all of these incredible good biochemicals naturally in the body. Instead of cortisol, for instance, it releases all these other ones, and it's like over 1,300 from memory, different ones it releases into the body. So just doing that practice and learning, it can be a little bit tricky at first. I know if you're not used to practicing, feeling his emotions, but it's a well worth thing to doing. And to me, the fact that our body responds in such a positive way likely means we should be doing this anyway, whether we understand it or it's new to you or not. So anyway, there's a couple of tips. I know I didn't do the best job there with the meditative aspects there, but I'll come up with some better stuff. As I said, I didn't really plan to try and do that in this video. So anyway, I wish everyone a wonderful day. It really is a wonderful day. It's a bit cool here at the moment, as you can probably tell by what I'm wearing. But it's still a wonderful day. I love that. So have a great day, everybody. And I look forward to, again, making more videos.